Yahoo! Hello, hello, hello mga masters and mga kaji! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning po sa inyong lahat dyan sa Pilipinas at sa buong Asian countries. At kung sama kayong lapalap ng ating daigdig ngayon, ay hayaan niyo muna kami ni G, the Green Girly Kitty Patuti Iguana, nabatiin po kayo ng good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening at good night na po sa mga ready na matulog. At welcome na naman po sa ating continuation ng ating topic dito po sa ating Masters Trivia. So, ano na po tayo? Nakaabot na po tayo sa number 21 ng natural health benefits or natural health tips that are evidence-based. So, 21, malapit na kasi 27 po ito. So, ilang episodes na lang po ito. And I hope you guys are learning sa ating topic. And before we continue, may I ask for your thumbs up, solid na thumbs up po. At syempre, kung meron po kayong chance na full bell or all bell notification po ang ating channel na Master Worm para po kayo ay always updated po sa ating mga contents. Anyways, mga masters and mga ka-G, welcome again. And let's proceed po sa number 22 ng ating topic. So number 22 is nurture your social relationships. Nurture your social relationships. Ayan po, sino ba sa inyo dito ang walang mga friends or walang mga social supporters or tinatawag natin, pag sinabi natin social is pag ikaw po ay nag-iisa, if you're alone, then you need to socialize, which means you need somebody else, someone else aside from yourself that is outside your boundaries po, outside from your private life. Yan po yung in my own opinion, yan po yung kino-consider ko pong social na aspect ng ating buhay or relationships. So aside din po, of course, yung family mo is included as your social naman po, pero aside from your circle, like your intact family circle, meron kang tinatawag na outside, yung parang meron siyang limit, meron siyang hindi po siya nasa loob ng inyong comfort zone. So sa labas ng iyong comfort zone, yan ang social relationships. So siyempre, pag palagi mo kasama yung family mo, palagi mo kasama yung jowa, ayun, so you need to have somebody or someone outside or aside from them. That's what in my own opinion, that's my social relationships. Okay? So, paano po yan, mga masters? Social relationships are with friends, family, and loved ones you care about. Okay? So, you care about. So, pag meron ka pong mga other friends aside from your family, meron ka mga tao na meron kang, syempre, attachment that you care about. Yan po ang ating tinatawag na social relationships. Sino ba sa inyo dito yung wala talagang kaibigan? I don't think wala sa atin dito yung walang kaibigan because most of us now are developing online social friends. So meron tayong online social friends, meron tayong mga specific na mga kaibigan ngayon dito po sa YouTube na halos lahat araw-araw kasama po natin, di ba? Meron tayong mga kasamaan dito na halos araw-araw. Some of them are even closer online relationship than your family members. I admit, meron po tayo mga ganyan, di ba? Or, di ba? Meron talaga na mas araw-araw mo pa siya nakita compared sa iyong family member or sa iyong best friend. Yung best friend mo na, physical best friend mo talaga, kung minsan hindi mo na nga nakakausap, pero yung mga tao na kasama natin dito sa social media, halos araw-araw po natin sila nakikita at nakakausap, kahit hindi pa natin sila na-meet physically. O, di ba, mga masters? No? Iba na talaga ang social world ngayon, social media. Okay, so of course, they're important not only for your mental well-being, but also for your physical health, ang mga social relationships. You have to remember that social relationships, again, I'll just repeat it, are important not only for your mental well-being, but also your physical health. Studies show that people who have close friends and family are healthier and live longer than those who do not. So sa mga hindi po or wala pong mga social friends or social relationships, mga ermitanyo, yan ang tawag natin dyan, mga ermitanyo, or let's say the the least to say is yung mga introverts. Ayan. Wala tayong judgment dito Pero yung introverts kasi they want to be alone, they want to be by themselves, and extroverts naman po ay katulad ko, I'm an extrovert na I really want to hang out or how to make friends with a lot of people. But of course, we have our own different personalities. But of course, it's just an example that if you're an introvert, most of the introverts they want to be alone, they want to be private. But some introverts, of course, sa social media po ay they develop like skills on how to make friends. And of course, meron na po silang mga kasi they don't even meet them personally, so they're not even meron po silang mga anong tawag dito, they because it's a need. When you're a YouTuber, there's a need for you to mingle with other people. So dito po sa social media, it's easy to make friends, online friends, because you don't meet them personally. So it's also easy to let them go because you haven't developed that kind of relationship. That's unlike if you have met them physically and emotionally na attached ka, diba? So it's really important to have friends, and if you are a person that's a little bit introvert, like social media can help you transform and slowly, develop your ability to make friends and to go out. Marami akong kilala dyan ng mga matahimik lang pero at saka mahiyain. They're shy and very silent and meek, but they show their talents in YouTube or in any form of social media. And when you see them personally, when you meet them personally, they're a total different person. Which, it's kind of funny. It's also kind of interesting because, we show our own talents, we show our own different personality when we are out of our shell. Pag nasa labas po tayo ng ating shell, lumalabas pala yung ating mga individual na mga talents and skills, di ba? So I think it's very, very beneficial po na tayo po ay we meet here in social media because of that. Okay, so next po, occasionally track your food intake. Ito po mga masters, mga haji, please take note of this. Occasionally, kailangan daw natin tingnan kung ano po yung mga kinakain natin. Babantayan po natin. Some people may benefit from working out. How many calories they eat is by weighing their food and using a nutrition tracker. Ayun po, uso po ngayon yan. At ako minsan, ginagawa ko rin po yan. So, meron po tayo mga caloric weights, mga kinikilo. Minimeasure mo po yung amount na kinakain mo based upon the amount of calories found on that particular food. So meron po silang basis kung ano po yung halimbawa isda, salmon. Ayan, meron po siyang equivalent na calories and then merong weight. So kung yan ang kailangan mong per day na need ng katawan mo, kailangan naka-follow ka, i-keep track mo po yung iyong mga kinakain. That's what we call the occasionally track your food intake. Tracking can also provide insights into your proteins, fiber, and micronutrient intake. So yung mga cereal mo, yung mga oatmeals mo, tinapay mo kung kumakain ka ng tinapay, kung rice, 'di ba? Brown rice, white rice, doesn't matter as long as you have your own tracker. Makikilo mo or mawi-weight mo kung magkano yung portion na kailangan mo per day. So yun po ay kailangan mo rin ng nutritionist para po kayo ay mabigyan po ng inyong own protocol. Kaya may mga protocols ka rin kung ano yung bagay sa'yo para po ay magiging effective po ang iyong tracking ng iyong pagkain. However, tracking may help some people manage their weight. There's also evidence it can lead to disordered eating tendencies. So marami din po, hindi naman lahat kasi positive yung outcome. Meron din kasing parang naging obsessive-compulsive na sila. They become more, parang praning na po sila. Lahat ng ginagawa po nila, gano'n na lang, i-weight na lang po nila. Until such time that become very weird na. At sometimes very alarming na kasi parang naging different person na po sila. At meron na po silang mga parang nagiging part na po ng alarming signs na sila po ay magkakaroon ng mental na disorientation, di ba? Dahil sa sobrang kapraningan po. Okay? So number 24 po. Okay, ito po, always speak with the doctor before using this strategy. Kailangan lang talaga magkapunta ka sa yung nutritionist or sa doktor. Okay, number 24 is get rid of excess belly fat. Excessive abdominal fat or visceral fat, ang tawag po dyan, yung bilbil, nako. So, is a uniquely harmful type of fat distribution that is linked to an increased risk of cardiometabolic diseases like diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Sa mga may bilbil dyan, ako, hindi pala ang bilbil healthy. Of course, hindi naman talaga healthy yan. Okay? Kasi isa po siyang sign na nagde-develop ka ng visceral fats or yun yung fats na magkakos ng other problems. For this reason, your waist size and waist hip ratio may be much stronger markers of health than your weight. Okay? Kahit mabigat ka pa kung yung iyong waist mo, ratio mo is normal or okay po yan compared sa malaki yung chan mo na may bilbil ka pero payatot ka. Okay? So tandaan po natin yan, mas maganda ang basis po dyan is yung bilbil. Okay? Reducing refined carbs, eating more protein and fiber, and reducing stress, which can reduce cortisol. Pag mababa po yung stress mo, mababa din cortisol mo. A stress hormone that triggers abdominal fat deposition. So, ibig sabihin, kung mataas po yung inyong cortisol, mas malaki din yung chance na magkaroon ka ng belly fat or visceral fats or bilbil. Okay, mga masters, so yun po yung sinasabi natin palagi na yung coffee po, as much as possible, inumin natin yan 1 hour after breakfast. Kasi pag sa umaga mo inumin yan na ikaw may empty stomach, tataas po yung cortisol level mo, and that's stress hormone. Okay, so ayun po mga masters and mga ka-G, for now, lumampas tayo ng 12 minutes pero I hope you guys have enjoyed our topic for today. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And of course, this is G, the Green Girly Cutie Patuti Iguana, and your one and only Master Worm, and God is great. Yahoo!